Stock investing. Stock market is down today. It's been down for a few days. Today we're gonna talk about 3 reasons why stock market could continue to go down. And after watching this video until the end, you're gonna know one stock market correction could end and what could happen in future. Welcome to War Traveling Stock Investor and Option Trader channel. Where are you watching from? Comment down below. Uh, if you think, hey, we could lose money because stock market is down, you are wrong. I made over 10,000 the past 2 days, and Nasdaq was down 1.9% today, and Dow Jones down 1.87%. Hey, I still made this much money, and on just one day, June 10, 5,000. So 2 days, 10,000. There are a few ways you can do that, right? And right now we look at the stock market. Hey, the past 5 days is 5% down. So we could say it's already pullback. Dow Jones down 3.28%, and S&P 500 down 3.59%. Yeah. So reason number three, because the war is happening again, right? It's too much between Iran and US to get an agreement, right? The gap is too wide. So now the war is restarted again. So what happened? The Strait of Hormuz will be worse, right? Now there are so many ships stuck in the Strait of Hormuz. Now Iran said it strikes ships in the Strait of Hormuz. These ships have wire, right? So if these wires are destroyed, it may take longer time for oil price to drop again. And now oil price jump because of the fresh strikes in Iran and US. So why is it very important? How could this war end? Right? There are a few ways this war could end. Is US successful? You need to know that in order to be successful in war, you need to have objectives achieved with the minimum cost. US objective is to retreat Iranian nuclear uranium, right? Uranium, so that Iran could not proceed with a nuclear program. And does it achieve its objective? No. And secondly, what happened? The cost is it minimal? No. Iranian drones, they are cheaper than US. So every time Iranians strike the US allies, they need to intercept the drones, like 20,000 drones with I think 1 million missile. So every time there is a fight between the two or any countries, the countries that can spend the least with the most impact is successful. So right now, in terms of cost, Iran is, you can say, succeeding, right? And plus, Iran strategies to delay the time. The longer they Iran delay the time, the US basically suffer because of inflation, oil price jump, and plus President Donald Trump has a midterm election coming up. So there is a political cost, and like Iranian that they may not have the political cost, but they may have, depending on how Iranians public, can overthrow the government. But the public has been under the Iranian government for a long time. So the chance of it is really low, if you could say, but that could happen. And another thing is, but they may just restart the agreement again. In that way, the inflation still gonna be up again, right? So what's really important? That brings me to this important thing: CPI rose, right? Because CPI rose, then we have a concern that Federal Reserve might raise the interest rate. If they raise the interest rate, that's going to be bad for the stock market, because basically the companies that needs to borrow money to get more revenue, they're going to make less money, less profits. If they get less profit, what's going to happen? Their stock price is going to go down, right? Does it mean that stock market could not survive in high rate environment? They could, So that's what I'm going to talk about in future videos. I also talk about it in the past video as well. So if you want to learn more, subscribe this channel. So this is bad news. So that's why stock market is down. This is reason number two. Reason number two is SpaceX. SpaceX, there is a mega IPO, right? So lots of people are excited about it. 1.7 trillion market cap that they are aiming to be. So in order to buy SpaceX IPO, they need to sell their top performing stock, which is the tech stock, AI stock. So that's why AI stock, tech stock, they have been down a lot. And so after this SpaceX IPO is over, the fever is over, and we could see stock rebound again. And another thing is very important. Not only SpaceX IPO, right? We also have the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve meeting announcement coming up on June 16th and 17th. So they're gonna announce, hey, we're gonna pause the rate, or we're gonna hike the rate because of the higher inflation. The labor market is great. Hey, we need to hike the rate. In that situation, the stock market could be surprised, and it could go down to maybe correction or maybe even crash. I think correction is more likely. Now the stock market is already pulled back pretty quick. Just within 1 or 2 days, stock market is already down or pulled back 5%. And now we are heading to correction. Or if they pause the rate, if the market think, oh, they are pausing the rate even though inflation is up, the demand market is great, they may need to raise rates a lot higher when inflation gets worse in future. If the stock market think like that, the narrative change, even the pause could be bad news for the stock market, right? Because they are thinking, if you pause and when the inflation is high, when the labor market is great, the economy could get worse, right? The inflation could get worse in future, and they may need to raise rates very significantly in future. That could really happen. So another thing is we need to look at the September-October period. Usually September-October we have so many correction crashes happen. Now we are in June, so we may probably have July, August. But sometimes the downturn could start in July and August because September and October is only a few months away. So that could happen. So we will have to see, because especially with the stock market has been all-time high for the past few months, May, June, starting from April. So it's time for a healthy pullback. Hopefully it doesn't crash. So what do you think? Comment down below. So if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me with my mentorship, question and answer. The link will be in the description comment down below. Share, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye.